Hey, what's up guys, Bloodspot here and welcome to another episode of That Stock. So, I know I made another episode of That Stock just yesterday, though I thought I should just kind of talk to you guys about this stuff as I'm still very involved in the World of Warcraft community, and this is huge news that if you haven't heard of it already, then I'm going to be talking about it now and you guys should listen up. And also I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on this subject, as I think maybe some of you might be interested into that. Alright, so we're going to be talking about how World of Warcraft is down to 7.1 million subscribers, down from its peak of 10 million subscribers near the early days of Warlords of Draenor. Now generally this is to be expected. Generally we do expect a large significant amount of subscriptions to be lost after the first few early days or months of an expansion, just because there's so much hype built around a new expansion. There's so much new content to explore. There's so much just new levels. A bunch of people like to resubscribe to the game just to play those new levels, or play through those new levels, get to max level, and then they'll get bored of the game and unsubscribe. So yeah, people do like to subscribe at the beginning of a new expansion just because there's so much new content, especially over at Blizzard. One thing that they're amazing at doing, I mean, you've got the art designers doing an absolutely crazy job all these years now, just one of the best in the world. The cinematic team, I can't find a better cinematic team than the people over at Blizzard. The trailers and all that stuff just look like amazing stuff. It just makes the game look badass as hell, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with me on that. They're good at making things look good on paper. So generally, this is to be expected. The reason why this is big news, this is such big news, and I think it should be brought up in a video like this, or I should bring it up in my channel, or at least since I'm very involved in the WoW community still, is because this is the biggest drop in history, guys. This is the biggest drop ever in World of Warcraft in the past 10 years. This is 2.9 million subscribers lost in such a short period of time. So I'm going to bring up the graph for you guys on screen for those of you that haven't seen it already. I'm also going to link it down in the description down below, just for you guys to get a better perspective. In such a short period of time, we see a large drop. And it's absolutely crazy because near the end of Mists of Pandaria, we had about 7.4 million subscribers. Which is, if you compare that to the amount of subscribers we have right now, that doesn't look like too much of a crazy figure, because 7.4 near the end of Mists of Pandaria. Right now we have 7.1. Alright, that was a drop in 300,000, but considering we peaked and went from 7.4 million to 10 million and then went back down to 7.1 million, that's absolutely crazy, and there had to be something that went wrong big time in Warlords of Draenor that made all those people unsubscribe. Because even though, as I said, there's a bunch of people that will just resubscribe to the game to level, and they just know that they're gonna unsubscribe. It doesn't really matter at this point how good the expansion is or whatever. They're probably just gonna unsubscribe. They just like leveling or something. So or they don't have time to play an MMO full time, so they just want to resubscribe for a short period of time anyway, just so they can level to max level and explore some of the new content. There had to be still something so wrong to make this number drop so much, and I'm going to be talking about some of that today. It's a huge surprise, but at the same time it's not really. And even some of the hardcore World of Warcraft players that have been playing this game for like the past 10 years or so that it's been out, 7+ years or so, and pretty much nothing can make you quit the game, even those guys are getting pretty disappointed and pretty bored with the game. And I've seen some hardcore WoW players that have been playing this game just so frequently in the past few years, just straight up quit. Even some of the popular Twitch streamers just straight up quit. We saw people like Sodapoppin playing this game since vanilla, like it's freaking his religion, guys. Just hardcore. And then he's now pretty much quit. He plays the game from time to time just to check what's up, but he's like unsubscribed a couple times here and there, which is very, very surprising for a large streamer like that really built his basis just purely based off World of Warcraft in the early days. So with that said, it's a big loss. We can take that into account. There's nothing that's going to change that at this point. You have to understand that. For those of you that have been playing the game for so many years now, who have been playing the game for so long, and all you want, just like me. And you know, I appraise you guys because, you know, I can compare to you guys or relate to you guys, because all you want the game to do is to do well. You want the game to do well. You hate it to see something like this, which is why I'm kind of also getting into a kind of a rant here, is because all you want is for the game to do well, and if it's not doing well, if the game is disappointing you, you know, Warlords Draenor or any new expansion isn't, you know, as fun as you hoped, then you're disappointed not only for yourself for not having fun, but you're also disappointed for Blizzard, because you relate to those guys. You want them to do well. You've been with them for so many years now, playing their game, and that's how I feel about it. So the way to look at that, if you're one of those people, is only positively. I want to call out a couple names here just because I really like the way they went about their videos, which also kind of inspired me to make this video. And those guys are Hazed and Dalaran the Rogue. And I also think Bellior Gaming kind of also made a video. I think his video was very informative, which is why I'm also going to mention his name, even though he doesn't particularly relate to what I'm about to give an example for. But those three guys, they made some very good informative videos. Three guys that are very involved in the WoW community, and I really like the way that they went about this subject, and they went about this in a very positive fashion. And with the amount of subscribers they have, the amount of you know, viewership that they have, they encourage people to look at this in a much more positive way than we've seen some people looking at it. We've seen many people flaming Blizzard, you know, even the people that want World of Warcraft to do well, just straight up talking shit. You know, it's like, think about it as if someone was commenting on your YouTube video or something, and then all they say, you know, you want constructive criticism, but all they say is like, oh, your video's shit, you're shit, you look like shit, blah blah blah. How is that going to help out the person that is making that video to improve? No. What Blizzard want is constructive criticism, just like if you were to comment on a YouTube video and the person that made the YouTube video just wants to improve. So it's exactly the same thing. With that said, with the amount of viewers that I get, even though it's not, you know, that much, if you guys are watching, the people that are involved in the WoW community, I encourage you guys to reach out to Blizzard. I know you think they don't listen, I know you think that, but I think a lot of you guys that say that, as the majority of you guys that say that, don't even try. You don't even try. And if you do reach out to Blizzard, you're probably not even specific. And I'm sorry to call you out. I'm sure it's not all of you guys. Some of you guys are probably viewing this in the same fashion that I am, and that's in a much more positive way, in trying to help out Blizzard and still to continue to play the game rather to look for things to criticize on. And good for you guys, but I'm just, you know, I'm just encouraging you guys in general just to think of things that will improve the game. Obviously, Blizzard is struggling and they need our help. I know it feels like they shouldn't need our help. I mean, it's Blizzard. They're freaking rich as hell. They're such a big company, but you have to look at it from the perspective of them. Most of the guys out there, even though I've seen a lot of them, like, you know, Lore or Helinka and stuff, they play the game, but they don't play the game like as religiously as we do. Like, some of us are hardcore players. We know the game more than they do. They know the game obviously much more from behind the scenes. They know the things that look good on paper. They just write a bunch of stuff. They know all the calculations, etc. Especially the game designers. They're too busy to, you know, to design the game and just make things work and make things just look good on paper. And obviously they've got teams that test certain content to make sure it's fun and all that. But from us, from our perspective, nothing can compare to our thoughts, because we've been playing the game for years now. We've been playing the game like because it's fun. We like playing the game, so we've been playing the game for so much. We're the people that are actually playing this game. So with that, you have to view it from their perspective. They make things look good on paper. They think things look good on paper because it does sound good on paper. If you look at the hype that was built around during BlizzCon, everything, even the garrisons, for fuck's sake. I'm sorry that I'm going on like a little rant here, but I think it's kind of needed. It just is. If you looked at BlizzCon, we saw so many new announcements for Warlords of Draenor. We saw so much hype built around the game. I mean, if you look at the BlizzCon VOD, and I think all of you guys should go do this, when they announced garrisons for the first time, large cheers, everyone. I remember watching from home on the live stream when they announced it, and I was just in awe. My jaw was wide open. I was really worried, but mostly excited at the same time, just because, like, oh my god, finally on MMO, you know, finally we've got in-game housing, our own unique, you know, house and everything. Yet now that people have been actually playing with garrisons for quite some time now, some of those people are even saying that garrisons ruin the game. I mean, they're, you know, you're staying at your garrison like 24/7. You're just forced to stay in your garrison, and some people really hate that. Even on the PvE side of things, even the PvE players are kind of disappointed, even though they got so much new content. So what I encourage you guys to do after watching this video, my message to you guys that are watching this video right now, just think of specific things that you really want to be put in the game. Make your voice clear. I'm making my voice clear right now to you guys just by encouraging you guys. I'm gonna link a video down below of a mage, Venruki, a very popular mage, a guy who has played at BlizzCon multiple amounts of times. He's been playing the game for years and years now. Very good player. If you guys haven't heard of him, he's a very good mage, very good monk at this game. He made a video that suggested a bunch of new things that Blizzard could add, especially on the PvP side of things, since, you know, obviously he's a PvP player, that could improve the game. So I'm going to link that video down below, and I suggest you guys go and watch that, since that talks about a lot of new stuff that can be added to the game, and I think it's a lot of cool ideas. For those of you that think that Blizzard don't listen, I actually just tweeted the video link to Halinka himself, the senior PvP designer, the highest, you know, position possible for the PvP side of things of Blizzard, of World of Warcraft, and he responded to me and he was like, wow, where has this been? He welcomed it with open arms. He was so thankful, and I do think they listen. Even though a lot of you guys think they don't listen, they do listen. If we're just specific enough with what we want, they'll listen, guys. There could be some change, and there could be, this game has still a lot of potential, and I just hope it does well. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with other games at the moment, as you guys might tell, but that doesn't mean like I hate World of Warcraft or anything. I still play the game. As you see, I've been uploading World of Warcraft videos every other day now. So yeah, I just want the game to do well, guys. I'm sorry for going on a rant here. This is like a 13-minute long video, and I don't even know if it's can be considered an episode of Let's Talk, since Let's Talk is more about brief discussion and stuff. But I'm gonna upload it anyway, guys, since I think it's just needed, and I'm just kind of sad that I'm making this video right now. But hopefully you guys get a good positive message out of this video, and if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment down below, and subscribe. Peace.
Life is not enough.